So today we are learning how to hit different types of spins. There are 3 main spins that you will receive while you're playing tennis. Number 1 is topspin, number 2 is a flat ball, and then number 3 is a slice or under spin. The first thing to do when you have to understand how to hit spins is to know what spin is coming to you. Do you know if your opponent's hitting topspin? Do you know if they're flattening the ball out? Do you know that they're slicing the ball? Well, how can we anticipate what spin is going to happen? It is very easy. If you see your opponent swing low to high like this, you're going to know that the ball is topspin. Also, if you see your opponent hit the ball super high over the net, you're going to know it's topspin. Because if it goes super high over the net and it's going to go in, what does it need to get down? It's going to have topspin. The next thing, if you see your opponent swinging from high to low, inverse of what we just did, that is going to be slice, okay? So again, if you ever see your opponent go high over a net, lots of height, and go low to high and really swing up, this is going to be topspin. But if you see the person take their racket back high and then swing low, you know that ball is going to be sliced. Now, how do you know if the ball is flat? And here's the thing, there is no such ball that is 100% flat. Even if someone hits a flat shot, the ball is still going to be spinning some way. So how do you know if someone's hitting the ball flat? It's very easy. They go low over the net. If you see someone go super low over the net, typically that ball isn't going to have a ton of spin, because what do you have to do if you're hitting a ton of spin? You have to swing low to high, okay? So if you see the ball super low and if you see your opponent swing forward instead of swinging up a ton, you're going to know again that that ball is going to be flat. So what do you do for each spin? Well, if the ball is flat coming at you, what do you need to do? Well, for all 3 of the spins, you need to what? Number 1, know what's coming at you, know the types of spins, right? But then number 2, when the ball's coming at you, you need to stay down. A lot of players, what goes wrong is that they hit when someone hits spin to them, and they're going to pop their body up. I want you to think, if the ball's topspin, that means the ball's literally going to hit the ground and bounce up super high. If the ball's flat, it's going to bounce and stay at around the height. And if the ball is slice, it's going to bounce and stay low. If the ball is topspin and it's bouncing and kicking up at me, it is bouncing and it's going to be higher than when it came, right? It's going to bounce and jump up just as high, right? What's it going to do? It's going to kick up at me. If I'm moving back, I'm going to have a ton of difficult time. If the ball is sliced and it's moving around and staying low, if I'm moving away from the ball, I'm going to have a difficult time. So the first thing that you have to do is, for all the spins, you have to stay down. Once again, when you hit a slice, a topspin, or a flat shot, you need to keep your body down and forward. Again, for the backhand, I need to keep my body down and forward throughout my shot the whole time. The next thing that you want to do is you want to not allow that ball to do its spin. So instead of waiting for the ball to come to you, I want you to go to the ball. If you see your opponent hit a ton of slice, or if you see your opponent hit a ton of spin, you're not going to let that ball bounce and just pop up at you, or bounce and then do some super slice stuff, right? You are going to move up to that ball. Don't let the ball spin, okay? If you let the ball spin, you're not going to win. So what does that mean? The more time that you give the ball that's coming to you with spin, the more time it's going to have to react. If you can catch the ball before it really reacts, you're going to eliminate the amount of spin, or the amount of effect of the spin can have on you as a hitter. So again, I'm not waiting for the ball to come to me. I am moving up to that ball. Whenever I see a ton of slice or a ton of topspin, again, I am moving up to that ball. I am not letting the ball come to me, okay? So that is another big thing. Now, the last thing that you need to is you need to understand when the ball comes, what's it going to do? Again, so if it's topspin, what's the ball going to do? It's going to hit and it's going to bounce up. If it is slice, if the opponent swings to the right, the ball is going to curve to the left. If the opponent swings to the left, the ball is going to curve to the right, okay? So notice, if your opponent is a forehand, right-hand player, and they're hitting a forehand slice, they're swinging to the left, where's the ball going to go? The ball is going to spin to the right. So it's going to bounce, and it's going to veer off to the right. So you need to adjust to that. If you see your opponent hitting a backhand slice, what are they doing? They're swinging to the right. You know the ball is going to the left. What are you going to do? You're going to move up and anticipate where that ball is going to go. So make sure, again, if it is topspin, you know it's going to jump higher. If it's flat, it's going to stay around the height that it comes to. And if it is slice, it's going to veer off to the opposite side that your opponent swings.